Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Snorf, and welcome back to another episode of LEGO Arts. So, in the last episode, we did a showcase on Noble 6 from Halo Reach, and on this episode, continuing on with the Halo franchise, we have our first non-Spartan related character, the Arbiter. So this character, as I've said in the last episode, was supposed to be coming out before Noble 6, but at the time I was still waiting on, like, the final printouts for the Arbiter, and I also had run out of, like, some cleaning chemicals, so I couldn't fully print it off and print it off immediately, even after the files came in. So I had to wait for a while. I had to wait a little while for like some new chemicals to come in, and I even had to also rearrange the printing file a little bit because it did come out a bit off. But once I was able to fix it and got everything all sorted out, I was able to finally get off some good prints of the character, get it all painted up, sanded, and the final results for this look really amazing. He looks really, really well done. Well done. And I can't wait to fully dive into this. So, as you guys know, we're going to take this minifigure, do a review unit, explain the process, why we're this route, and then go from there. So, without further ado, let's get the pedestal out and get the showcase on the road. Alright, so now we get a full look at the Vadam in his design from Halos 2 and 3. So, all of this was designed by Titan King 3D, the same person that I reached out to the Master for the Master Chief Armor, and then I printed this out myself, and he did an amazing job at really capturing the overall design on Arbiter's appearance in Halo 2, and rendering it to LEGO format. I specifically asked him to do Halo 2 because, in all honesty, I really like his design in Halos 2 and 3 way more than I do in Halo 5 Guardians. I'm not too big on the whole overall design of it. I think it looks a little weird. So I really wanted to, and plus I think the silver armor is way more iconic. With the design, especially in Blur Studios' animation for Halo 2 Anniversary. Again, this looks really, really amazing. So, with the overall design on the figure, pretty much like 90% of this is actually 3D printed. And I'll explain it as we go. So, with the head design, you can see that it's pretty accurate to the overall appearance on like the elites, and especially with Arbiter's design. His mandibles are actually exposed open, and you can kind of see a little bit here that that even includes in like some of his teeth, as well. The biggest flaw that I was going through when I was printing this guy out is making sure that the teeth were actually printed out, because none of the teeth are supported by support beams because they would be super small. But miraculously, the teeth actually managed to capture onto the overall design of it. So let's see if we can get a little bit more lights. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of the teeth over there. And then we rotate over here, you can see like these little nubbins. Those are all the teeth. And while we're here, you can see like the paint detail. I painted this up in the base on like dark gray or graphite, if it was called. And then did like my own red flesh kind of color. For the inside of his mouth. I thought about like painting up the teeth in like a tannish white, but it's such a small detailing that I didn't want to accidentally apply too much paint, because I wanted to like over contrast with like everything else. So I just left it alone as it was, but still pretty cool. Pretty cool nonetheless. The design that Titan King really went for, it's really, really well done. Like just like with Chief, a lot of these pieces were divided separately, so I had to glue them on, and like it continues on here, like on the back. And on the back, you can see like you can also see some of the engraving detailing on here. I think there was supposed to be more, but again, since printing it off like such small components, do have some downfalls of like it's such a small detailing that it can't really come out in the printer. So that's sort of like a give or take that you'll have to give with that. And as I said, 90% of this is actually 3D printed. Even the legs are actually customs. These are 3D printed legs, because one of the like requirements that I wanted for this figure was having to be about the same height as a Woody minifigure. So I have some spare Woody legs that you can see the overall detailing. It's like maybe a stud shorter than Woody legs. So I think that's really, really cool. I honestly thought that it was gonna be the exact height, but it wasn't. But that's all right, because it still brings out like the height of this guy. He's still pretty tall, nonetheless. And it's still really, really cool. It still captures the overall design for Arbiter. The rest of the armor pieces were pretty well done. Like over here, Right here you could see like the armor detailing comes around here. This is all pretty much one piece except for the arm and the arm. The arms and the torso are the only things that are actually Lego based. Everything else is completely 3D printed. And then on here, just like with Chief, he can't really move his legs at all. Move his legs at all. Like even front and back. Like back, he can't move them, but that's still alright. That's still alright. Right, so there we can see like the printed detailing on like the thigh armor, like on the front and back, and sides of it, and then down here on the feet. I like that these are actual like elite's feet. These are really cool with the claws and everything. And we can see like a little bit of detailing on the chest armor. Chest armor, you can see of sort of a mix between like the 3D printer as well as the overall design of it. And then here his right arm is really cool, because it also has the extended shoulder armor piece. I almost thought I would have to glue this on here, but you can see that there's actually like a gap in between there, so they would actually provide for articulation, so where you could see he can raise and lower up his arm to get the sort of he can't fully raise it up over his head, nor can he fully lower it down, but it still provides enough movement to like move the arm and the sword. And speaking of the sword, we have here a brick tactical energy sword that they overmolded the handle to be with silver to make it accurate in the game. Really well done. And just for a little bonus, we can remove this energy sword here, and here we have another energy sword that even though he never wields, I really want us to get it. The red energy sword that we see in Halo Infinite. So like with the blue energy sword, this is overmolded with a gunmetal gray handle and gray handle over this red energy blade. Again, even though he doesn't wield it, this just looks really cool. That I just wanted to get one just for the hell of it. And honestly, kind of looking at it with this figure, it actually looks really cool. The sword in general is really impressive, and I really like it. And overall, with looking at the figure itself, it's a really impressive job how Titan King actually captured like the overall design of Arbiter and interpreted what it would look like in Lego format. I really like it. Really like it. And overall, this was a really fun project. To do. And in the end, I really do like it. Alright, that is going to do it for this episode of LEGO Arts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And here we have, to finally close it off, we have both Master Chief and Arbiter side by side. Aside from the extended head from Chief, you can actually see the size difference between the two. Which I definitely wanted to make it more, which again, I wanted to make it a bit more accurate to how they are portrayed in the games. And I think, again, Titan King really did a great job nailing down that detailing, and it just looks really cool. Really cool. Even though I had to push off this character back just a bit, I am glad that I was able to get this one done, and the overall results of it just look really incredible. So going on to future with some of the projects, I do have a couple of other Halo characters that I recently got that I'll probably throw together in for showcase. With Blue Team, I keep bringing it up, but I'm still waiting on those helmets from Nate's Minifigs, and honestly though, I'm not sure when I'm gonna get them. Because if you haven't heard, he has been going through some rough times right at the moment. Right now. I know. I honestly don't know when the parts are coming in, but I do hope that he's able to pull through from his current situation, and I hope he does good in the future. Outside of with Halo related projects, I have a couple of ideas on what else I can do, but I think I'm beginning to get fried. Not necessarily get a full burnout, but since I've been trying to do a lot of stuff lately between keeping up with videos on YouTube as well as dealing with work in general and other life stuff, I'm slowly getting to a point. I mean, it's not full burnout, but I am beginning to get it a little bit fried. So I might take a step back a little bit to like rest and recover a little bit. And as far as I know, I'm not entirely sure what the next project will be. I do have a couple of things like in the works, but at the moment, I think I might need to step back a little bit, and let my brain reset, so that way That way I can still be able to make the stuff that I want to do without it looking terrible. But overall, I'm really happy with how this overall, with the showcase came out. And I can't wait to work on some more Halo characters in the future. I honestly wasn't certain about doing more outside of Blue Team and some other Spartans. But after rewatching some of the Halo 2 cutscenes, I really wanted to see what the Arbiter would look like in Lego formats, so it was worth the wait. But overall, I think that is going to be it. So in the meantime, if you guys want to check out some of my other showcases, you can check them out on my channel in the description below. Please consider subscribing, as the bigger audience that the channel gains, the more we'll be able to work on other projects and continue to grow and expand with all of us together. But overall, that is going to be it. So thank you all so much for watching this video. We'll see you guys next time in the next video. Bye-bye!